Hey guys, Leanne here again. I am going to answer another question from the reader survey. I'm really excited to do so. The next question is: how did you learn to be such a good mom, wife, and author? So I'll start with author. I have written primarily since high school, did a lot of journalism, and went to college for writing. I think what really helped me learn to write though was being an avid reader as a child and even now. So when you are looking at examples of how professionals do it, you tend to emulate them, and it's almost like a mentorship. So if you're looking to write, become a better writer, I would say to read as much as you can and to write as much as you can so that you get better at the process. And then as far as being a mom and a wife, there are different approaches that I take. I can't say that I'm completely confident in these areas, but I do try. And um, I think one of the biggest things is that I'm never satisfied with what I know. I have constantly have questions, so I'm constantly learning. And the way I do that is by listening to other women. I ask questions of other women, women who are farther along in their marriages and in their parenting, and women who are in the same stage as I am, or even married less time. Just gleaning from them what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, and trying to learn from others. Being willing to say that I don't have all the answers and I don't always know what I'm doing, and then implementing other strategies that people have used. I also do this by watching. It's kind of the same as what I was saying about becoming a good writer, in that you can learn by watching other people. And I think I had a really good role model in my own mother, and I was able to watch her be consistent day in and day out to raise her children well. And then reading. I read a ton. I'm constantly reading. And if I'm not reading nonfiction, I'm reading a psychology book, most likely. Sometimes a memoir, but most likely it's a psychology book, either on relationships or parenting or how the brain works. So these here are the books that I just quickly grabbed off of my bookshelf. Um, this is not even an exhaustive pile of books that I've read, either borrowed from friends or borrowed from the library. And I think I know I own more parenting books than this and relationship books. But really, when I don't know how to do something, I go and get the information and I try to implement what fits my personality and fits my situation, and then I see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I go out and I try to find something else or tweak it to what my family needs. The second approach I take is to understand that my children and my husband are unique individuals with unique wirings and unique needs. And they're not a project for me to fix or groom. You know, they have nothing to do with my identity or my success. Really, I look at my job as a wife and a mother to provide an environment where they can flourish. So if you think of it as a petri dish, which I know sounds really weird, but bacteria only grows in certain environments and not in others. And when you take unique wirings and personalities, you know, they are going to flourish in certain environments. And I try to learn those traits from my children and about my husband and make our house a safe place for them to thrive and flourish. The third thing, and I think the last thing, is that I'm a very spiritual person. So I also read a lot of the Bible. And I don't think that the Bible has the answer for every single relationship problem or every single parenting problem out there if you want to get down to nuanced things. But I do think that it has tremendous wisdom in realizing that I am a unique person with wirings and needs and strengths and weaknesses. And it really forces me to check my ego at the door and admit that I don't have it all together, that I need someone higher than me, a higher being with much more wisdom who created me to be who I am, to feed into me. And so that, I can gain wisdom from somebody who is obviously much more smart than I am. So, I think being able to admit to ourselves that we just come before that higher power and say, teach me what selfishness is, teach me what love looks like, teach me what wisdom is. Um, just being able to do that kind of grounds you. And I know that if I'm strong in my spiritual life, then I feel more balanced in my other relationships, and I can keep a better focus, less on myself and my selfish desires, and more, like I said, focusing on the individual needs of my husband and children, and just being able to be humble enough to learn things from others. I hope this helped you. I'd love to hear how you guys learn from others or what books you've read. I'm going to post below some list of books that I've absolutely loved. I won't post all of these, but I, will try to post some that have been really helpful for me. And if this has been helpful for you, please share it on Facebook, Twitter, social media. And if you have a question that you want me to answer, you can always let me know. I'm taking more questions as the year goes on, and I'd love to answer what you're wondering. Okay. Have a good week, and I will see you next time. Thanks.